Have you ever wondered how an entire civilization can simply vanish off the face of the earth, leaving no trace behind? This is not a tale of fiction, but the baffling reality of a civilization known as the Anasazi, or the ancestral Puebloans. This story unfolds in the Four Corners region of the United States, where the boundaries of Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah intersect. This region was once teeming with life and activity, a hub of an advanced civilization that thrived from around the turn of the first millennium to the tail end of the 13th century. The Anasazi were no ordinary people. They were skilled architects, constructing elaborate stone communities, some of which were ingeniously nestled in cliff faces. They were also adept farmers, developing advanced agricultural techniques that sustained their growing population. Their culture was rich and vibrant, evidenced by the sophisticated rock art they left behind. Yet, by the close of the 13th century, these once bustling centers of life, places like Mesa Verde and Chaco Canyon, were abruptly and inexplicably abandoned. The question that has puzzled historians, archaeologists, and mystery lovers alike is, why? Why did a civilization that had thrived for over 1,000 years suddenly disappear? What could have driven them away from their homes, their lands, their way of life? The answers to these questions are as elusive as the civilization itself. Mainstream theories propose environmental and social reasons. Some suggest severe drought and resource depletion forced them to seek out new lands with more dependable water sources and arable land. Others speculate internal conflict or external pressures from nomadic tribes may have pushed them to migrate. But these rational explanations can't quell the allure of more speculative notions. Tales abound of extraterrestrial encounters, ancient curses, and otherworldly portals. Could these hold the key to understanding the Anasazi's sudden departure? Or are they just fanciful embellishments on an already intriguing mystery? So who were these people, and what happened to them? Let's delve into the annals of history. The story of the Anasazi begins around the year 100 AD. At this time, in the arid heart of the American Southwest, a civilization began to flourish. It was here, at the intersection of what is now Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah, that the Anasazi, or ancestral Puebloans, started to carve out a life amidst the cliffs and canyons. Their culture was one of resilience and resourcefulness. They developed advanced agricultural techniques that allowed them to thrive in a landscape that was as beautiful as it was challenging. They cultivated crops such as corn, beans, and squash, harnessing the sparse rainfall with ingenious irrigation methods. This agricultural bounty was the backbone of their society, providing the sustenance needed to support their growing communities. And what remarkable communities they were. The Anasazi were master builders, creating elaborate stone dwellings that still inspire awe today. Nestled high in the cliffs, these structures were a testament to the Anasazi's architectural prowess and their intimate understanding of the landscape. They built multi-storied complexes, some with hundreds of rooms, that were both functional and aesthetically pleasing. Their settlements, like Mesa Verde and Chaco Canyon, were bustling centers of activity, filled with the hum of daily life. Beyond their practical achievements, the Anasazi were also a people of profound spiritual depth. They held a deep reverence for the natural world and the celestial bodies. This spiritual connection to the cosmos is immortalized in their rock art or petroglyphs, which often depict celestial bodies and events. These markings serve as a testament to their astronomical knowledge, showing that they carefully observed the movements of the sun, moon, and stars, and incorporated these observations into their religious practices and rituals. The Anasazi were not just survivors, they were thrivers. They built a civilization that was at once grounded in the earth and reaching for the stars. They created a society that was deeply interconnected, with trade networks that extended far beyond their homeland, bringing in turquoise from distant mines and seashells from the far-off Pacific coast. Yet despite their achievements, the Anasazi are perhaps best known for their sudden and unexplained disappearance. By the late 13th century, these flourishing societies were suddenly deserted. But why? What could have prompted an entire civilization to abandon their homes, their fields, their sacred spaces? Was it environmental pressures, social upheaval, or something more mysterious? The answers to these questions are as elusive as the desert mirage. They've puzzled archaeologists and historians for centuries, sparking a multitude of theories that range from the plausible to the fantastical. As we delve deeper into the story of the Anasazi, we'll explore these theories, each one offering a different lens through which to view this captivating mystery. But for now, let's marvel at the rise of the Anasazi, a civilization that blossomed in the desert, reaching heights that still astound us today. Their story is a testament to the indomitable human spirit, a reminder of our ability to adapt, innovate, and create in even the most challenging of circumstances. By the late 13th century, these flourishing societies were suddenly deserted. But why? Let's continue the journey, and perhaps we might just find some answers. Could Mother Nature have been the culprit? It's a question that many have pondered when delving into the mystery of the Anasazi's sudden disappearance. Let's explore the environmental factors that might have played a part in this enigma. Imagine thriving in the heart of the desert, where the sun's relentless rays parch the land and water is a scarce commodity. This was the reality for the Anasazi. They were masters of desert survival, cultivating crops in arid conditions and constructing intricate irrigation systems. But even the most resilient societies can buckle under the pressure of Mother Nature's whims. One theory points to a severe drought that struck the Four Corners region around the end of the 13th century. This was not just a mere dry spell, but a decades-long period of little to no rainfall. The rivers ran dry, the crops withered, and the once bustling Anasazi communities were enveloped in a silent pallor of parched earth and cracked pottery. But the drought was not the only environmental factor that may have been at play. Over time, the Anasazi's advanced agricultural techniques may have led to resource depletion. The soil, overworked and overused, may have lost its fertility, resulting in diminished crop yields. The Anasazi, like all prehistoric societies, were dependent on their environment for survival. When the land could no longer sustain them, they had no choice but to abandon their homes. They left behind their towering stone dwellings, their intricate pottery, their petroglyphs etched into the cliff faces, all silent testimonies to a civilization that once thrived despite the harsh desert conditions. Yet this theory raises more questions than it answers. If it was indeed environmental factors that drove the Anasazi away, why did they not return when conditions improved? Archaeological evidence suggests that the region did eventually recover from the drought, yet the Anasazi never re-established their communities. Could it be that they found more fertile lands elsewhere? Or did they merge with other tribes, their unique culture slowly fading into the annals of history? These questions bring us to another theory, that the Anasazi did not disappear but evolved, their descendants being the Pueblo Indians of today. But that's a discussion for another time. For now, let's ponder on this. The Anasazi were a resilient people. They thrived in a harsh environment, built monumental structures, and developed advanced agricultural techniques. Yet, they were not invincible. The forces of nature, drought, resource depletion, may have been too much for even this hardy civilization to withstand. But what if the forces that drove them away were not just earthly? A question that takes us into the realm of the speculative, the mysterious, and the supernatural. But that's a story for the next scene. Stay tuned. Could the Anasazi have been their own worst enemies? Imagine a society thriving amidst the rugged landscapes of the Southwest, where intricate stone cities sprawl across the cliffs. Now, picture these same cities, eerily silent, abandoned by their inhabitants. What could have prompted such a drastic shift? The answer may lie within the social dynamics of the Anasazi themselves. As with any society, the Anasazi were not immune to internal strife. Conflicts could have arisen over resources, especially during times of scarcity brought on by environmental changes. Disagreements on political or religious grounds might have fractured the unity of these communities, leading to their dissolution. However, the story does not end with internal conflict. External pressures were equally significant. The Four Corners region was not an isolated utopia. Nomadic tribes such as the Navajo and Apache were known to traverse these lands. These wandering groups might have exerted pressures on the Anasazi, either through direct conflict or by encroaching on their resources. The Anasazi, being primarily settled agriculturalists, had to contend with the unpredictability of these nomadic groups. Imagine living in a cliffside dwelling, always on guard for potential threats. The constant stress of this could have incentivized migration to safer, more peaceful locations. In fact, some scholars propose that the Anasazi didn't disappear, but simply relocated. They argue that modern Pueblo Indians are the descendants of the Anasazi, who left their cliff dwellings for river valleys where they could better manage their agricultural needs. This theory suggests that the Anasazi's disappearance was not an extinction, but a transformation, driven by social pressures both within and outside their communities. Yet, not everyone agrees with these theories. Some argue that the evidence of violence among the Anasazi is sparse, and that peaceful relations with neighboring tribes were more likely. They contend that the Anasazi, known for their complex social structures and advanced agricultural techniques, would have had the ability to negotiate and navigate these social pressures. This divergence in viewpoints highlights the complexity of the Anasazi enigma. As we peel back the layers of this ancient civilization, we find more questions than answers. Why did they leave their cities? Was it due to internal conflict, external pressures, or a combination of both? The debate continues, with each theory adding a new dimension to the mystery. Yet the allure of the Anasazi story lies not just in the pursuit of answers, but in the exploration of the questions themselves. What can their story teach us about the resilience and adaptability of human societies in the face of adversity? Yet some believe that the answers to this mystery are not found in our world, but beyond. As we delve deeper into the Anasazi's enigma, we find ourselves drawn towards the realm of the extraordinary, where the lines between reality and speculation blur, and where the shadows of the ancient past whisper tales of extraterrestrials, ancient curses, and portals to other dimensions. Did visitors from the stars play a role in the Anasazi's disappearance? This question may seem far-fetched, but it's one that some theorists are seriously contemplating. The idea is that the Anasazi, known for their advanced civilization and sophisticated knowledge, may have had contact with extraterrestrial beings. This theory, while certainly on the fringe, isn't without its intriguing points. One of the most compelling is the Anasazi's well-documented astronomical knowledge. They charted the heavens with a precision that's astonishing even by today's standards. This expertise, some suggest, was not just the product of keen observation and natural curiosity, but instead hints at an extraterrestrial influence. Supporters of this theory also point to the Anasazi's mysterious petroglyphs. Among the swirls and symbols etched into the rock faces are curious depictions of humanoid figures with halo-like objects. Could these be ancient representations of encounters with alien beings? Some theorize these might be the Anasazi's way of recording their interactions with extraterrestrials, perhaps even attributing their sudden departure to these celestial visitors. Of course, this theory isn't without its skeptics. Many argue that attributing the Anasazi's disappearance to extraterrestrial intervention is a leap too far. They caution against interpreting the Anasazi's advanced knowledge and mysterious petroglyphs as evidence of alien contact, reminding us that this ancient civilization was more than capable of remarkable achievements on their own. But regardless of where you stand on this theory, it's hard not to be intrigued. The thought of an ancient civilization interacting with beings from the stars is certainly fascinating, and while it may not be the most likely explanation for the Anasazi's disappearance, it's a testament to the enduring mystery of this ancient culture. But aliens aren't the only otherworldly entities rumored to be involved. Could the Anasazi have been victims of a supernatural curse? This question, steeped in myth and legend, adds a spectral layer to the enduring mystery of their disappearance. It's an intrigue that pulls us into the realm of the uncanny, where the natural and supernatural intertwine. There's a rich tapestry of folklore that accompanies the history of the Anasazi. These stories, passed down through generations of Native American tribes, speak of curses and supernatural events that plagued this ancient civilization. Though largely anecdotal and steeped in tradition, these tales offer a different lens through which to view the Anasazi's sudden exodus. One prevalent legend speaks of the curse of the Anasazi. This tale tells of a powerful spiritual entity that was angered by the Anasazi's disregard for the sacred land they inhabited. In retaliation, it said, the entity cursed the people with an endless drought, turning their once fertile lands into an inhospitable desert. The Anasazi, unable to break the curse, were forced to abandon their homes in search of relief. Another tale revolves around the Chaco phenomenon. The Anasazi were known to have a deep reverence for celestial bodies and their movements. Some believe that they may have inadvertently invoked a celestial curse during their astronomical rituals, leading to a series of calamities that forced their migration. These myths and legends, however, are not just tales of doom and gloom. They also speak of supernatural events that seemingly defy logical explanation. For instance, there are accounts of mysterious lights seen hovering over Anasazi settlements, inexplicable sounds echoing through the canyons, and even tales of the Anasazi possessing extraordinary abilities, possibly as a result of their interactions with supernatural entities. While it's easy to dismiss these tales as mere folklore, they do offer an intriguing perspective. Could the Anasazi have been driven out by forces beyond their understanding? Did they encounter entities or phenomena that defied their comprehension, pushing them to seek refuge elsewhere? Of course, the scientific community maintains a healthy skepticism towards these supernatural theories. After all, there's a significant lack of empirical evidence to support such claims. Yet the allure of these tales persists, captivating the imagination and adding a dash of the mystical to the historical narrative. In the end, whether you believe in the supernatural or not, these stories offer a fascinating insight into the cultural psyche of the people who lived alongside the Anasazi. They reflect a deep respect for the natural world and its unseen forces, as well as a recognition of the profound mystery that the Anasazi's disappearance continues to represent. And then, there's the theory that takes us into the realm of science fiction. But that's a tale for another scene, where we delve into the speculative idea of the Anasazi discovering portals to other dimensions. Could the Anasazi have discovered doorways to other worlds? This is the question that underpins one of the most intriguing theories about their sudden disappearance. This idea, while on the fringe of academic discourse, suggests that the Anasazi may have stumbled upon portals to other dimensions. These portals, according to this theory, were either gateways they willingly stepped through, abandoning our reality for another, or conduits through which they were forcibly taken by otherworldly entities. What gives this theory a hint of credibility? The Anasazi's advanced understanding of astronomy and their intricate petroglyphs. Their celestial knowledge, far ahead of its time, could arguably suggest a level of understanding that could extend to the manipulation of dimensional boundaries. Their petroglyphs, filled with complex geometric patterns and figures, might potentially represent their interactions with these portals or the entities they encountered. Furthermore, some point to the abrupt abandonment of their settlements, leaving behind their belongings and structures as if they had vanished in an instant. This sudden departure, with no clear migratory trail, fuels the speculation that they didn't simply move to another location within our world, but rather to an entirely different reality. And then, there are the stories passed down through generations of Native American tribes, tales of ancestors who walked into the spirit world, crossing over from the physical to the metaphysical. Could these stories be a cultural memory of the Anasazi's journey through these alleged dimensional doorways? While these theories may seem far-fetched, they have found a place in literature and scholarly works. These narratives, as outlandish as they may be, provide a tantalizing possibility that challenges our understanding of the physical world and the limitations of human existence. They remind us that sometimes the answers to our most compelling mysteries might lie beyond the boundaries of our current knowledge and understanding. Several authors have attempted to unravel the mystery of the Anasazi. Their disappearance has fascinated researchers and storytellers alike, inspiring a wealth of literature that seeks to understand this civilization's abrupt end. One such work is House of Rain by Craig Childs. Childs embarks on a journey across the Southwest, tracing the Anasazi's migration patterns. His narrative weaves together the tangible and the intangible, exploring environmental factors that might have instigated their departure. Yet, he doesn't shy away from the more ethereal possibilities. Childs entertains the idea that perhaps there was something supernatural at play, a force that drove the Anasazi away from their cliffside homes. Another intriguing exploration of the Anasazi mystery is The Lost World of the Old Ones by David Roberts. Roberts combines archaeological evidence with personal exploration to delve into the secrets of the Anasazi. His work straddles the line between history and adventure, providing an immersive journey into the past. Roberts touches upon the mystical aspects of the Anasazi legacy, exploring the possibility that their disappearance was not entirely of this world. His book is a testament to the allure of the unexplained, demonstrating how the Anasazi mystery continues to captivate us. For a more academic perspective, there's Anasazi America by David E. Stewart. This book delves deep into Anasazi society, drawing upon archaeological findings and anthropological theories to paint a vivid picture of this vanished civilization. Stewart addresses both the mundane and the extraordinary theories surrounding the Anasazi exodus. He provides a well-rounded exploration of the possible reasons behind their disappearance, from environmental pressures to social strife, and even the more speculative theories of extraterrestrial intervention or dimensional travel. These books, and others like them, serve as gateways into the past. They allow us to walk in the footsteps of the Anasazi, to explore their silent ruins and ponder their fate. Each author brings a unique perspective to the table, offering their interpretation of the evidence and contributing to the ongoing dialogue about this ancient mystery. Yet, despite all these efforts to unravel the Anasazi enigma, we are left with more questions than answers. The theories range from the scientifically plausible to the wildly speculative, reflecting our innate human curiosity and our fascination with the unknown. The Anasazi's sudden departure challenges our understanding of societal dynamics, environmental resilience, and the boundary between reality and the supernatural. Indeed, the mystery of the Anasazi serves as a reminder of the limits of our knowledge. It underscores the fact that despite our best efforts, there are some things we may never fully understand. The Anasazi's story is a testament to the power and persistence of the unknown, a puzzle that continues to captivate scholars, storytellers, and mystery lovers alike. Despite the numerous theories and studies, the Anasazi's disappearance remains an enigma. Their story continues, an unfinished chapter in the vast book of human history, inviting us all to ponder, explore, and wonder. The disappearance of the Anasazi is a mystery that continues to baffle us. We've journeyed through time, exploring a myriad of theories that attempt to shed light on this enigma. From the rise of this remarkable civilization, with their intricate stone communities and advanced agricultural techniques, to their abrupt abandonment of these centers by the end of the 13th century. We've considered the plausible explanations grounded in natural environmental factors and social dynamics. How severe drought and resource depletion, coupled with internal conflict and external pressures from nomadic tribes, may have forced the Anasazi to migrate to areas with more reliable resources. Yet the mystery of the Anasazi is not merely confined to the realms of the mundane. Our exploration took us to the edges of the speculative and the supernatural. The intriguing proposition of extraterrestrial intervention, the haunting allure of ancient curses, and the tantalizing notion of portals to other dimensions add layers of intrigue and fascination to this ancient tale. In our quest to understand, we've delved into the pages of insightful books and scholarly works. Craig Child's House of Rain, David Roberts' The Lost World of the Old Ones, and David E. Stewart's Anasazi America each offer unique perspectives and theories about the Anasazi's fate, ranging from the environmental to the extraordinary. Yet despite our best efforts, the veil of mystery surrounding the disappearance of the Anasazi remains. The multitude of theories, while intriguing, underscores our human fascination with the unknown, the allure of a mystery that resists solution. Whether the Anasazi were victims of environmental factors, social dynamics, or whether they were touched by the supernatural or extraterrestrial, remains a captivating enigma. While we may never know what truly happened, the story of the Anasazi serves as a reminder of the impermanence of civilizations and the enduring allure of the unknown.